We are doing awesomely well up to this point. Now, have you ever seen a website that does not have an image? If you look at my blog here, I have an image here. If you look at some of the articles I have, for instance, if I have to check something like how to prevent developer burnout, I have an image here. If you look at any other website that you think about or web app, most likely you are going to find that about 99% of websites that you find will have images in one place or the other. So I want to show you here how you are going to be adding images on the website that you're going to be creating and or the web applications you're going to be creating. So this is the page we have built, and this is the page that is guiding us. We have an image here, and this is the image of myself. So image, sample image. I have a tag here for image sample. Okay, let me just add that first. Here, I'm just going to convert this text to sample image, and then we are going to move forward. So sample image, and then I'm going to be adding my image right there. All right, sample image. Good. Now there is something that you need to note. When you want to add an image, let me just open something here and look for some image. So just get the image that you need to add. So I have my image somewhere in a folder. This one, yes. You see, here are the images. So let me copy this image. Now my image has rounded corners. This is the image that I am adding. Later in this course, I'm going to be showing you how you can use CSS to convert this image into a rounded one like this. If it is not rounded like this, let me just copy the two images, and then for simplicity of things, make sure that your image is inside the HTML folder that you created. So your directory structure should look like this. The index.html file is the file that we are serving here. This file here, the file whose code is this, all right, which we have been writing. That is the file that will be here. And then the other two images, or maybe you can have one in your case. I have two here because I want to show you the difference between them. So have your image on the same place you have your index.html file for simplicity of stuff. It must not be there. I am going to be showing you how to access it if it is elsewhere, but for this one, just put it there to keep things simple. All right. Then we go here and we start adding. We bring in our image, and I can just well, it can stay there, or I can remove. Let me just remove this image outside. So in this case, I don't need that. Heading maybe 3. And here I have my image sample. Let's see what that does. Okay, almost the same, only that I've reduced the font size. And then here I can have an image. So I am now adding an image. So how do we do this? There is another tag that is used to add images, and that is img. And img takes in a parameter. So, and again, an image tag is a self-closing tag. All right, so I can do that. And you can see when I try to close the image tag, it closes the body instead. So every time you find that when you're trying to close the tag, it closes something else, just know that that tag is a self-closing tag, and therefore instead of doing this, you just do that. All right, that one has been closed. So this image tag is not going to show anything if you do not tell it where to get the image from. You see, I'm refreshing my page and I don't see anything. So this thing expects us to give it something called source. Source means where are you getting the image from? So it's like telling the browser, hey, this is an image I want to put here, and the source of this image is this. So I can do src, this is source, and then an equal sign, and then I put in the closing tag for this. Now remember, we placed some images on the same directory where we have this index tag, and the name of the first image is gk.jpg. So I can just copy this. I can just add this first. Now note that the extension of your image is very important in HTML. If you do, for instance, let me just add gk.jpg here, gk.jpg. All right, save it, go back to the browser, refresh. Hey, I see my image. So my image has loaded on my browser. What if I change this extension from JPG to PNG? And you can see that PNG is a valid extension for an image. And then I reload, the image is not there. All right, you can also do something like JPEG. Okay, something like JPEG. If you refresh, the image is not there. So the extension that you are going to supply for your image or is of grave importance. It has to be the right extension. If you get it wrong, your image is not going to display. All right, perfect. Now, how about we try to display that image? Now, note that the image I have here has squared brackets. This images, this corner, not brackets, sorry. The edges are very sharp here. Do you notice that? This one is looks like it's very smooth. It's actually a circle. So there is a way I'm going to show you how to convert this with CSS when we get there. But right now I have just gone online and converted this into a rounded. I'm just copying the name into rounded corners, and therefore that is what I have added here. So the source, instead of adding one that has sharp edges, I have added gkcircular.png. So save and refresh, and now you can see my image is a circled one. All right, nice. With that having been said, I will close there, do some exercises with getting images. For instance, even before I close, maybe I can show you if we have images on the internet. Like for instance, let's say we have images for what? For code with Karani. What do we get when we say with code with Karani? Do we have images? Let me see whether we have images here on Google. Yeah, we have an image like this one. So if we wanted to display this image on our page here when it is on Google, how do we do that without having to download it? So that is to say, I want to get an image that is online. I want to display an image that is online on my website. Right click on the image you have interest on and then say copy image address. Okay, copy image address, go back to your browser, instead of putting to your code editor or IDE, paste. You see, this is the image address. This is that image's address. Save it, and now when I go back to my page and reload, I'm going to find that image displaying on my page. There is another way to do this. You can just open this in a new tab like that, and then you can, I think you can copy this. I think so. Well, the best thing to do is to just copy image address. I don't know whether it is the same. Let's just try and see. Copy image address and replace this, delete it, paste. Actually it is the same. So just copy the image address and you're good to go. My image is there. Perfect. So with that having been said, please practice with more images, and let me see you when we jump into our next section. Cheers and take care.